Hey everybody, it's your Sprint Product Ambassador David, and I am back with a new and very exciting device. It is the HTC One M8. Now, the HTC One M7 was an amazing device that set a real splash in the market just very recently due to its outstanding premium design. And I'm excited to see that the M8 has come out and with some improvements that take it even to the next level, and that's what we're here to talk about today. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the price. This device comes to you from Sprint at $199.99 with a 2-year contract, or even better, you can buy the device outright without a contract for $27.09 a month, which is a great deal. And get on that family plan, share your love of Sprint with all your friends, family, strangers, it doesn't matter. Get them on your family and start getting some big discounts. Well, let's talk about this device. Now, I've already had it a day, and I'll tell you that I've already opened the box. But just for dramatic purposes, I thought I'd go ahead and put it back in the box and let you know exactly what it was like from my experience when I first got it so excitingly just earlier today. Well, first of all, let's just kind of look at this box. It's a nice one. I love how they've gone with these minimalist designs with the box over the last few years. And it tells you a little bit about it. It's got the Zoe feature, which is a neat video feature. A boom sound, which is those famous speakers we'll talk about in a moment. Motion launch, blink feed, which is basically the overlay that HTC does that makes their devices so unique and extra usable. And then an exciting duo camera, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Spec-wise, this thing comes loaded. I have the 32 gig version here, and I tell you what, I wouldn't go any less than 32 gigs. All the great apps and everything that I have on Android really fills the device up quickly. And I'm going to be real excited about that 32 gigs. It is the most that I've had in the device recently. It comes with internal memory built in, like I mentioned, 32 gigs, and a great upgrade to the HTC One M8. It does have the opportunity to put in a removable micro SIM card so you can really expand that memory out. The display is a full 5 inches with 1080p HD video, of course. I already mentioned the dual camera. We'll show you that here in just a minute. The front camera is an exciting front camera for those selfies that everybody loves to do. It's a full 5 pixels. Okay, there's a bunch of other stuff, but what you really want to see, what you really want is to see the device. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Here's a little blurb here kind of telling you about the HTC Advantage. This is a premium device, so you're going to get some premium features, including 50 gigs of free online storage through Google. And then the HTC promise that you will have Android software updated on this device. Meaning, you're not going to come out with a great device with great software right from the beginning and then you're never going to get an update. HTC is committing to you that they're going to keep this thing up to date. Another great HTC Advantage feature that a lot of people are really going to love. You see folks out there all the time with those broken screens. Not so much on the Androids, it seems like. But it does happen. If you were to break this screen within the first 6 months and you still have a copy of your receipt and everything, you can return the device to HTC and they will replace that screen for you. How about that? That is a great deal. Well, let's look at the box and see what all we have inside. We'll get to the phone here in just a minute. And yes, I just put all this back together just for the sake of you. Here's your cover. We'll just get rid of that because who cares about the cover? There's the device. We will not get rid of that. We'll bring that back in just a minute. And here, what do we have in the box? First of all, we have the pen here, and what this does is it gives you access to add your nano card, or you can get access to your SIM card, and that's really kind of classy there with the HTC. You see that? That is really classy. I like that. If you lose that for whatever reason, don't worry about it. You can use a pen, use a safety pen or something like that, and you can get right to it. There is the Get Started Guide, which I don't know if anybody actually reads those things, but there is some good information in there, I am sure. You also have your standard charger, and then that I have not opened up yet, so let's take a look at what that looks like. Just your basic standard charger. HTC is always kind of classy with the lettering, and I do kind of like that matte finish here, kind of towards the bottom. I've got the charging cable, and I won't bother to open that up. I've got kind of basically a drawer of them somewhere, I'm sure. And I thought this was nice. I love it when the manufacturers throw in a set of headphones, and it comes with the various sizes here, so you can make sure it fits in. You can see that this is actually one that you could use to place calls and talk on. So that's That's really a nice feature. Kind of cool colors here with the red. Reminds you a bit of a throwback when HTC had that partnership with Beats, which they no longer do, as you may already know. Alright, well, enough of all that. Let's get to the device. Here it is, the star of the show, the beautiful, the classy, the HTC One M8. So I talked a little bit about the speakers earlier. Here they are. You've got your two front-facing speakers with boom sound. HTC is promising a 20% improvement of the speakers versus the M7, the other HTC One. And those speakers were already really loud, and I can tell you this. The very first thing I did today after activating this is I went right to my iHeartRadio and fired up some good old country music, and I tell you, this thing was fantastic. Later on in the day, I put on Netflix and started watching it. Now, as I've tried to watch Netflix, or when I do, or listen to music on other devices, I was always amazed at the crappy speakers that they tend to come with, because one of the things people really like to do is watch YouTube videos or watch Netflix or listen to iHeartRadio or Pandora radio on their device. Headphones are great, but there are times when you want to use the speakers, and the HTC boom sound on this device, I can tell you from just one day of use, is just absolutely amazing. So there they are. Up front, you have a 5 megapixel camera, which is going to come in awesome for your selfies, and you have a little sensor there. Let's take a little tour around the side. Here we are with the, got your good volume rocker, and right there you can see the little pinhole there, and that's where I go in to put in my micro SD card, and I've got a 32 gig card just waiting to go in there. Now, a lot of devices don't have the ability to add an SD card. I don't know why you wouldn't. I love videos, I love taking pictures, and I love saving them here, and also saving them to the cloud, of course. You can see the really classy little bit of beveling around here. I mentioned before this was a full 5-inch diagonal screen, which I can tell you, after having turned this device on, is absolutely beautiful. Over on this side, you still have some continuum beveling, and that's where the SIM card goes. If you look over here at the back, here is that dual camera that I was mentioning before. If you look over on this side, you'll notice, if I get that just close enough, there are the two LED flashes here, and one is slightly different color, a little bit of an amber color there. According to HTC, when you're taking pictures at night, it's going to give you a little bit more of a natural look to it. I don't know about your experience, but mine has been that I love the cameras on these devices. I'm a bit of a camera guy. They always look like crap when you use the flash, so I'm looking forward to seeing if that is better, and I'll be doing that really soon. Here you have the dual cameras, which we were talking about. And basically you hear the 4 megapixel or ultra pixel is what you hear about with HTC. People get caught up with, why in the world am I buying a 4 megapixel camera? Well, it's not 4 megapixel, it's for ultra pixel. And what that means, I don't know. I just hope it means it takes great pictures, so I'll be looking forward to doing that and sharing those with you. Now the second camera here is really kind of neat. It basically is just adding another feature so that you can have these premium options. And one example that I saw was where you see the in focus, the person you're taking, you can blur out their background a little bit, so it's getting a little bit wider depth of what it's capturing, and it gives you a lot of unique high-end premium features you can do with a camera. Is that just a bunch of gimmicks? I don't know. I have to see really when I try it, but I tell you what, I'm actually kind of excited about it. Over here at the top, you've got your power button, and then all across the top here is this huge IR blaster. Now, I don't know if you've ever had a device that you also use as your remote control for your TV, but it is a lot of fun. I switched to a device not too long ago that didn't have that, and I was wondering, well, how in the world did I ever live without sitting there, changing my channels, looking at my TV guide and everything right there on my device? Well, you can do that with this great IR blaster that you have here all the way across. I love again, just the overall styling of this phone. I mean, look at the bevel across here and the beautiful lines, metal all the way around. It's just basically, it's a piece of art. I've got the gray color here, which is a really beautiful gunmetal color. Well, that's it. That's your quick tour of the new HTC One M8. As I mentioned, it's $199 at Sprint currently, and then also you can get it for a low price of $27.09 a month. So, if you have any questions about this device, I'd love to write a blog post or do a video for you. Just leave a comment here on my YouTube channel. Visit my blog, which I'll leave a reference to. And thank you for watching my Sprint Product Ambassador video. And I look forward to coming at you soon with more information about the HTC One M8. Thanks for watching.